Well, blessings, everybody. I'm Dale from the Precept classes in Cullman, Alabama, and I thank you for joining with me. We're in Lesson 1. This is the fourth video of the course, Prepare to Meet Your God. And we've been looking at a passage that deals with a little phrase, for 3 transgressions and for 4. And God is dealing with what He's going to do with the various nations. And if you remember, He started from the northeast, went to the southwest, to the northwest, to the southeast of nations that surround Israel and Judah. And you had to know that when they were hearing this word, they're thinking, oh, yes, yes, those pagan nations have done this to us. They have done this to us. They have done this to us. And this word really focuses in on Israel. Well, by the time the word came to Judah, even those in the northern kingdom had to be going, well, yeah, Judah has done that. Here's what Judah had done. They had rejected the law of the Lord. They had not kept the commandments and the statutes. Their lies had led them astray, and they'd walked after the lies of their father, okay? And so Judah had done this, and the Lord says, I'm going to do something to you. I'm going to bring fire upon Judah, and I'm going to consume the citadels of Jerusalem. Well, you know, the nation, the northern kingdom had to be going, well, that's true. But then the Lord said this to Israel. And this is the main focus of the prophecy that the Lord released to Amos, was to the northern kingdom. And he says, because you have done this, that you've sold the righteous for money and the needy for a pair of sandals, and you've turned aside the helpless and the humble. Because of these various things, you're going to be judged. And one of the things was that they really didn't take care of the poor and the needy and the humble around them. Also, a man and his father resort to the same girl in order to profane my holy name. This was likely a pagan practice, or a synchronization of pagan practices with the false religion that they had created, which was a false perversion of what God had told them to do. He said, you're taking garments as pledges, and you're stretching them out beside every altar. And these are all things that were breaking the law that the Lord had given them. And in the house of God, you drink wine that has been provided by those that you had fined. They were abusing the law of the Most High God. Then God reminds them of this. You know what? I destroyed the Amorite before you, even though they were tall and strong. I destroyed the fruit from above and the root from below. In other words, absolute destruction. He said, I brought you out of the land of Egypt. I led you in the wilderness for 40 years, that you might take possession of the land of the Amorite. And then God reminds him, I raised up some of your sons to be prophets. I raised up some of your sons to be Nazarites. And he says, isn't this so? But you know what you did? You made the Nazarites drink wine, which they weren't supposed to do, and you commanded the prophets not to prophesy the thing that they were supposed to do. And God says, therefore, because of this, here's what's going on. I'm weighted down beneath you as a wagon that's overburdened. I find that amazing, because God is saying something that's impossible. It's impossible for God to have any kind of limit. But He's just expressing to them the length that they had gone to and where He is. He said, I'm tired of this stuff. Because of this, flight will perish from the swift, the stalwart will not be strong with power, the mighty man will be unable to save himself. In other words, no matter how fast you are, how strong you are, how mighty you are, even the bravest will flee in the day when I come to judge you. Sounds like today, doesn't it? So that's the question I want us to look at. Where do you stand? Will you obey the Lord? Seek Him and determine to do so, and watch what He does. I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.